Well guys, we move on to the second week of October. If you guys been paying attention to some of the things that I've been talking about recently and even some other YouTubers, I think we've all came into an agreement that there's only 2 weeks of October left for Nintendo to announce this new console. And that'll be the week that we're in and the 4th week of October. These 2 weeks have nothing going on in them, no game releases, and they're the perfect time to reveal the thing because a lot of us believe, myself included, that if it's not revealed here in October, that means we probably won't get a reveal until next year. I know, it's scary and it is the absolute worst case scenario for us Nintendo fans. So I want to talk about both sides of this and why one side sounds to be really awesome and the other one sounds to be a big letdown from Nintendo if we do have to wait until the next year. But let me tell you why each one is so important. So to be honest with you, after my September prediction went down in flames and I lost my bet horribly, yes, that video is coming, I never really had that hype regain for October. I know a lot of people are really expecting it this month and it very well could happen, but I just don't have the hype for it, I guess you could say. So my mind isn't like literally expecting it to happen in the next couple of days or even weeks. I'm naturally just here and waiting for Nintendo to just do what Nintendo does. But even though I gave up predicting exact dates or days, I'm still in the ballpark of it has to happen this year, right? I just don't see a universe where Nintendo does not announce the thing this year. Back at the very beginning of May, we know Nintendo announced the existence of the Nintendo Switch successor, but they also stated that it would be shown off in stages leading up to the launch. And let's face it, showing it off next year, a couple of months before launch for the first time, is not showing the console off in stages, like at all. I mean, as of right now, it's been 6 months since that interview and that tweet announcing the successor for the Switch, and we haven't gotten a single bit of information regarding the console. So there's no way in the world they go even longer for the rest of this year, not telling us a thing when they have plans to reveal the thing in stages. That's not really stages, that's just revealing the thing and then releasing the thing. I also see people complain how it could mess up the holiday sales, and I still just don't really get this complaint because there's no perfect time to reveal this console. I know people are waiting for that gap in between games that just seems perfect where it's not going to affect games that are coming out. Nintendo doesn't seem like they're stopping. They're always going to have something to look forward to, whether it's a big or a small title. There's always something. I mean, we have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD still coming in January. I mean, at what point does Nintendo say we have to take a hit and just reveal this thing even though there's games coming out? I mean, especially considering the fact that every single game that's come out this year has been from a second or third party studio. Not a single first party Nintendo developed game has released this year. You can check it, do the math, not a single one. And where it might tell some people to hold off and wait a little bit with the games coming out to just buy the new Switch, I don't think it's going to be that bad of a negative, especially if they just show the Switch 2 playing these games. They show the Switch 2 playing Mario Party Jamboree. Hey, you can play Mario and Luigi Brothership on the Switch 2. It's not a big deal. You could just say, hey, you could play these games and new games as well on this new console. That way you're not tarnishing the sales too much of these games coming out. Another huge thing is we never did get a September Nintendo Direct, and we've got one every single year for the Nintendo Switch except for this year. 7 out of 7 years we've gotten one, and for this 8th year, no Nintendo Direct, which is super strange, and I don't see how Nintendo's gonna go from June's Nintendo Direct all the way into the beginning of next year with no new announcements. I mean, it's already been a dry year for Nintendo regardless. Yes, there's been some things to play for sure, but let's face it, it's been probably one of their driest years of tons of smaller scale games, and we haven't seen the likes of any type of huge AAA projects from Nintendo in a very long time. And that's another thing, it's not just about the console itself. I feel like for a lot of people, even myself, I'm more excited for the games. I mean, it's been so long since we've seen a next big project from Nintendo, and there's some games that are just well overdue. The new Mario Kart, a new 3D Mario game. I mean, we're reaching 7-8 years since these games originally debuted. Mario Kart even longer, a decade since Mario Kart 8. We are due for some big titles. And Mario Kart and 3D Mario are no titles to just slouch on. I mean, these are going to be gigantic things, especially if 3D Mario is open world like they're saying. It's going to be the Breath of the Wild for Mario, which is going to be massive, and that's something that they're not going to announce just months before the game comes out. So naturally, you would expect an announcement of these games soon. Something showing these games off very soon. If the console is releasing anytime near the beginning of next year, or even the middle of next year. These games need to be shown off, and I don't see how they go past October still not showing us them. So obviously it's a very good thing if Nintendo reveals the thing in the month of October, but what if they don't? What if they decide to wait until next year? It might be pretty bad. And let me tell you, there's a lot of things at play here, and a lot of people don't want to mention them. For instance, the PS5 Pro is a thing that has just been announced, and whether you like it or not, or whether you think it's the worst business decision ever, people are going to buy it. I mean, literally the disc drive for the console is already sold out everywhere, so clearly people are gearing up to buy this thing. The special anniversary edition already gone. People are purchasing the PS5 Pro whether we like it or not, and it is a competition whether Nintendo wants to admit it or not, because it's going to come down to people wanting to buy the Switch 2 or something else like the PS5 Pro. And when Nintendo keeps waiting this long, it's making people irritated. I've had a lot of friends contact me and say, man, I don't know if I want to get a Nintendo Switch right now and maybe pivot to another console. And I'm like, you know what? It's going to be announced soon. You just got to wait. It's coming. But Nintendo has to announce the thing. I don't see how in the world it's such a problem for them just to have a reveal trailer, showcase maybe 1 or 2 games, and just show us what the console is, at least to get some type of talk going around. Because right now, it still feels like the Switch 2 is just a dream, and it isn't even a thing. Like, if it wasn't for that tweet, I don't know where we'd be right now. But I just don't see how in the world Nintendo could wait until next year. Nintendo Switch sales are declining, whether we like it or not. They are losing revenue, they're losing profit, and the games coming out aren't going to really help it all that much. Maybe Mario Party, but as a huge Mario and Luigi fan, it's not going to be the console seller that Nintendo might think it will be this holiday. Neither will Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. They need to communicate what this thing is, and yes, I know technically they have until the end of the fiscal year, which is March of next year, which still pains in the back of my mind, thinking there's still a really good chance that the reason they said that is because they didn't plan on revealing the thing until next year in the first place, which just sounds like a nightmare altogether. As a former Team September, we failed that month, but it looks like for all you October believers, it's now the time. And I know a lot of people are still questioning why I'm thinking that it couldn't be revealed in November or December. Yes, it's unlike Nintendo, but who cares, because Nintendo is so strange and they do things that are very unlike Nintendo. But at the same time, it is the holiday season. It's when your bundles come out. It's when the rest of the titles start releasing. It's where you probably don't want to reveal a console. And I really don't see there being a possibility that it happens in November or December. I'm already kind of just bleh right now with release dates. And if it doesn't happen in October, I'm completely off the hype train. I mean, I'm really just like, you know what? It's not coming anytime soon. So let's just hope that October has something in store for us. A lot of people are predicting either this week or the 4th week of October, the week after Jamboree. But it's up to Nintendo now. It's not up to our predictions. It's not up to our rumors and leaks and information and quote-unquote inside sources that people claim to have. It's about when Nintendo wants to reveal the thing. But with a skipped Nintendo Direct, no announcements on the horizon, and no big games coming out soon, Nintendo seems to be gearing up for something soon. I hope. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this. Do you think Nintendo's preparing for something soon, or are we going to have to wait until 2025? Are you Team October or Team 2025? Let me know in the comments down below, and also let me know why you choose, because I'm not on any team. I'm just here right now. Yeah, but let me know. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.